this development puts a really sinking, if you're not alone, if you feel a sinking feeling in your gut now, because Brian Laundrie missing and vanishing now and sneaking away from the attention of Northport police here in Florida does not bode well for how the Gabby Petito story is going to end. There have been people who have been commenting nonstop this sentiment. If you were innocent, then you would talk. There have been people that have been saying that. Now, Stephen Bertolino, lawyer, commented this. This is the statement from several days ago, and I want to make sure that I have this right. Many people are wondering why Mr. Laundrie would not make a statement or speak with law enforcement in the face of Ms. Petito's absence. In my experience, intimate partners are often the first person that law enforcement focuses their attention on in cases like this, and the warning that any statement made will be used against you is true, regardless of whether my client had anything to do with Ms. Petito's disappearance. As such, on the advice of counsel, Mr. Laundrie is not speaking on this matter. So that was the reason why Brian Laundrie wasn't coming forward. It was on the advice of his attorney at the time, that attorney being Stephen Bertolino in New York. And the idea is that even if Brian tried to clear his name in speaking or issuing a statement, that the public was going to twist that in a way that would make him look like he was responsible for Gabby's disappearance. But here we are now, Friday night. Brian is missing. Law enforcement searching for Brian, and this is now a case where the optics things do not look good for Brian Laundrie, and perhaps they look even worse for Gabby Petito. Yeah, what do you got, Allison?
Hey, I apologize if you mentioned this. I've been kind of, scrolling through my phone to see if there's anything going on. Of course, monitoring the scene out here as well. Did you see this tweet from Chief Todd Garrison? It came out here 15 minutes ago.
No, why don't you read it? I'll bring it up here, and why don't you read it here for us?
Yeah, sure. The tweet from Northport Police Chief Todd Garrison saying the conversation at the Laundrie home is complete. Once we have the details, a statement will be made. We ask for calm. Please let us work through this, and information will be forthcoming. That coming from, again, Chief Todd Garrison of the Northport Police Department.
And Northport Police, Allison, this is not... Let's just put it out there. This isn't good for Northport Police. Northport Police and Chief Garrison, who said that we know where Brian is and we're keeping tabs on Brian. Basically, that was what Garrison was saying. This is now. Maybe we could. This just does not bode well for Northport Police, to say the least.
No. They've been telling us all week how frustrated they have been with this case because of its complexity, because of the distance, because of, their person of interest in this case refusing to speak, refusing to cooperate, his family refusing to speak, and of course just handing over an attorney's name and number. But yeah, now this added layer, it's going to be challenging. There's no doubt about that. The chief just yesterday at noon told us he knew where Brian Laundrie was, and now here we are tonight outside his house. It's obviously street lined with people from the community, media, and police, and no one knows where he is.
Just a shocking turn of events here. Now, I say shocking. I'm sure that there are commenters that aren't surprised by this. There have been commenters, and this is what we do here on WFLA Now. We interact with our commenters. We don't ignore our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube comment sections. We bring you into the conversation. We're going to continue to do so with some of your hashtag HJB comments here. But there have been people who have been saying all along here that something stinks. This doesn't feel right. That something about this is unbelievably offsetting. And why a man who says, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you, getting engaged to a 22-year-old and seemingly being in bliss on this cross-country road trip, returns without that person, without the person that you've pledged to spend the rest of your life with by getting engaged to that person. It's all led up to this point now where now we have Brian Laundrie perhaps on the run, missing here. They don't know where he is here at this hour, for those of you just joining us. Allison, I'm going to let you get going. I know that you have work to do here as far as our 11 o'clock newscast. Is that correct?
Nico Clemens is working on that right now. We were kind of holding the scene down here to make sure we didn't miss anything. So we've got our camera set up. I'm here just watching, just in case something happens. Okay,
so we'll stay here with you live, Allison. And if you have to leave here and handle something there at the Laundrie household, you just kind of let us know. This is now.
I think it's probably battery.
Battery. We've been talking about battery all night, and battery being a concern here. But we'll continue to monitor your shot here, Allison.